Hello, Rabbi Manis Friedman. Hello, thank God it's Tuesday. And hope you had a wonderful, wonderful holiday of Pesach. And very, very happy to be back. Seems like a whole new world, but it seems like a whole new world every week these days. And the topic that I just said to our listeners in Russian is the topic that every day, all of us, one of the first things every single day is we reach for the news. We want to see what's going on. But the big question is, what are we hoping to see there? So my question really is to you. When you look at the news, what are you hoping to see there?
I'm just hoping to see good news. Good news instead of fake news, good news instead of bad news. When good starts making news, that would be good news. So yeah, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for good news. We're desperate for some good news.
What does good news look like these days?
Good news means we're making progress. The world is becoming better. We're desperate for that.
For sure.
Like the worst attitude anyone can have is, it's not going to get any better. This is as good as it gets. Don't be naive. There will always be wars. There will always be trouble. There will always be suffering. That is a terrible, terrible attitude. It's not acceptable at all. If you think that the world is as good as it's going to get, you're not part of the solution. If you think the world has to get better, you're already part of the solution.
Rabbi,
Being sure that the world will get better means you believe in Mashiach.
is that something that's going to be written up in the news?
Yes. Yeah. So ultimately, we're looking for the ultimate good news. That the days of suffering, the days of dying and pain, it's over. It's over. Enough is enough.
Rabbi Friedman, do you think that what we're seeing right now, the ceasefires, the possible restarting, are we looking for peace? Are we looking for end of regime? What do you, in your opinion, what is going to cause that good news? What kind of steps do Trump, Bibi, Iran, Lebanon, what kind of steps should be taken right now in order for us to see more good news, as you're saying?
Anyone who believes that you can make peace with a people you did not defeat really believes in Mashiach. Because only Mashiach can do that. Make peace with an enemy that you did not defeat never happened in history. So either defeat them already, and then we can have peace, or let Mashiach come and make the peace. But for people to make peace without defeating the enemy, only Mashiach can do that. Bibi can't do that. So if human beings want to make peace, defeat the enemy, then you will have peace.
So in your
ceasefire is neither here nor there.
So in your opinion, is it up to Trump at this point?
It would be nice, but it's up to Israel. Because Israel is the one that really is living under a threat. So for America to do it would be nice, far-sighted. But if America doesn't do it, Israel has to do it.
Can Israel do it without America?
Did we ask America in 1948 whether we should start a government? What were you thinking then? That Russia will support you? They did. But if you're a sovereign state, then you solve your own problems. Maybe we're not a sovereign state, but you can pretend. Act like a sovereign state, at least. So Israel has to do it. America could, and it'd be nice if they did.
Very uncertain, very nerve-wracking for that particular reason, that everything is so uncertain. We don't know what today is going to end up like and what tomorrow is going to bring us. That's why I asked you, what kind of news are we looking for? And what do we really want? What do we want to see? How do we want this particular situation that we're seeing unfolding right now to in your opinion, like what would be the ultimate news in the newspaper tomorrow morning?
That Iran surrendered. That Hezbollah surrendered. I have to ask Netanyahu, what will it take to defeat Iran? Are you even thinking of defeating them, or you just want to set back their nuclear capabilities? If that's all you want to do, you're playing a suicidal game. You have to defeat them. What will it take to defeat them? They keep threatening. If Iran doesn't do this, then they're going to get it. Whatever you were going to give them later, give them now. What are you waiting for? If they get worse, then you'll punish them more? How much worse do they have to get? So if you think you can still threaten them, then just go ahead and do it. Has anybody calculated or determined what will cause them to surrender? Does anybody know? Will they ever surrender? Will they fight to the finish? Would they rather die than surrender? Maybe.
Could be.
Well, then what do you do in that case? If death is not good enough, if killing them doesn't make them surrender, what will?
Is that what Trump is doing right now? Is that the strategy? To
get them to surrender?
To sort of, yes. I mean, yes, we're calling it negotiations, diplomatic approach, but behind this diplomatic approach, isn't that sort of pressure for them to surrender, to submit to the demands?
Well, they obviously don't feel very pressured. They think they can still set the tone. They will make the demands. The ceasefire is on their conditions. They think they're winning.
As usual, they're not abiding by the agreement and obviously getting their fair share of opposition for that. Economically, they're also being depleted due to that factor. But realistically, is that the strategy that Trump has to push them into the corner, in your opinion?
If that was the strategy, why did we accept the ceasefire?
You want my opinion? I have an opinion about that. To reveal to the world their true nature just a little more, because can they play by the rules? Can they keep their word? And, without that, a lot of people are frowning on Trump's position in Iran, and there's a lot of pressure on him. So maybe this is just a strategy to loosen up the public opinion a little bit and reveal to the world a little bit more who the enemy is. That's my opinion.
That may be right. That may be their thinking. But it never worked before, and it's not going to work again. Those who need convincing are not going to be convinced. It wasn't a fair deal. You didn't really stick to it. You didn't give them enough time. It'll never. But if you defeat them, then all conversation and all debate is over. It's the only way to resolve anything for the combatants and for the world. So the world doesn't really want a ceasefire. The world really wants a conclusion. I hate to quote, somebody asked Hitler, how do you plan to get away with this? You think the world is going to accept what you're doing? He said, if we succeed, no one will even ask.
That's horrible.
And he's right. If it's over, it's over. Why would anybody bother? He should have, he shouldn't have. It's over. Thank God. Let's move on. So, trying to change people's opinions.
Rabbi Friedman, before the holidays, and one of our last programs, you said that whatever is happening, there's really no plan in place. So we know what America wants, basically, change of regime, getting rid of possibility of ever creating atomic bombs for Iran. Okay, so those are two very main strategies that are being put out there. But really, in your words, you said that this is not the resolution. And then we have Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman, who came up with a pretty brilliant solution. And it almost, in our language, seems like tshuva. Seems like repentance. In the sense, the prophecies that we have in the Torah before the coming of Mashiach. Because what we see right now, I mean, I'm switching from news to spiritual right now. And we know that Trump is most likely the representative of Asaph in our time. And Crown Prince is most likely representative of the Arab world. And as it was during biblical time, who is Ishmael. So, and we know that before the coming of Mashiach, there has to be tshuva, repentance from both of these sides. And it seems that there's full support at this time in our life. And God willing, it's going to continue from both these sides. I don't know if you read his proposition to Trump that they discussed of how to build peace, which sounds very sound. I think his plan, which is it includes the creation of new regional defense alliance, with members such as Saudi Arabia, Israel, other aligned moderate states, U.S.-led security umbrella for the alliance, long-term strategic integration, like military intelligence, regional security, full normalization with Israel post-Iranian regime collapse. I mean, he has a very, very solid plan of peace. And, he's actually even offering the United States a lot of money to do it. What does that sound to you like?
I didn't read it, so I don't know. He's suggesting a way of enforcing peace?
Yes.
A peacekeeping force?
Well, yes. He has, military presence. Basically, from what it sounds like, it's, he wants to reshape the Middle East, and it would, of course, I think he's proposing a shift of the world power, like it seems like, again, from European Union to the Middle East. So that becomes, more of a powerful region, which of course it has the resources to be. Again, it doesn't have the infrastructure, but he is proposing to build that infrastructure, from what I understand. Again, this is very vague. This is, about 3 weeks old. He started in November discussing this with Trump, but he keeps reinforcing it. And I believe it's that the ceasefire has to do, Trump listens to him. I don't know all the details, and I'm sure no one does, but there seems to be a good alliance there.
If the alliance includes Jews building a temple,
mm-hmm.
Jews having real sovereignty over the state of Israel, recognized by the other nations, that would be tshuva. But if that's not part of it, if it's just a matter of enforcing a truce, it's not going to last. They're going to create a coalition, and the whole coalition will turn on Israel.
Did you hear Trump's greeting to the Jewish people for the holiday of Passover, where he pretty much, it did sound a little bit like tshuva. I don't know if you heard his address before the holiday of Pesach.
I did. It was very nice.
He pretty much called us for who we are. He was, very, he was very clear about the status of the Jewish people. And it was nice. It was nice. No other president have ever done that. Would you say this is tshuva?
It sounds like. I don't know that he needs to do tshuva, but the Pope needs to do tshuva.
Yeah.
He had a few words to say about that too.
Yeah.
It is absolutely fascinating, but it's getting very painful for Israel. 40 days of sirens, 40 days of darting in and out of your room, the safety rooms, in and out of the... It's brutal. So the sooner the solution comes, the better, because you can't live like this.
Rabbi Friedman, it's painful for Israel. It's pain for Jewish people all around the world. it's never, it hasn't been like this for a long time, like it is right now, that anything can happen anytime, that we need police presence near synagogues in America. Synagogues are being burned down for no reason in countries all over the world. I mean, thank God, not massively, but one or two is still one or two too many. And again, it's the same old reasoning for being Jewish. So it's really tough for absolutely everybody. It's very tough for Israel, but it's very tough for Jewish people all over. And the longer it keeps going, the harder it's getting. Okay, yes, thank God it's not Holocaust, and B'ezrat Hashem it never will be, as we're remembering, especially today. But it's really getting very hard. It's getting very hard to get this treatment again, and for no reason other than being who you are, who we are. So, there, I said it. Not funny. Very painful.
So what conclusion do we draw from that?
Yeah.
All of this is happening because we are Jews. Therefore,
be Jewish. Therefore, be true to yourself.
It's a thinly disguised message. You're Jewish. Why aren't you living that way? Why aren't you sounding that way? I mean, you're suffering for it, but you're not getting any of the benefits, which is not right. You paid a price, you should get the product. What are you paying for? It's really strange. We're paying for the privilege of catering to the enemy. We're here to make the world better, and the world makes us pay for it. What a chutzpah. We're here to make you better, and we have to pay you? Well, we never told the world that that's what we're here for. We talk about it among ourselves, but we never told the world. Now we're in the best position ever to tell the world, because we have the internet, we have communication. Now is a good time. Tell the world who we are. Why is it taking 5,700 years? Even tell the world what Chabad is. Have we done that?
Let's do it now.
Let's do it now.
Okay.
So that when somebody gets up and says, oh, Chabad, yeah, they do a lot of good things, but they just want to blow up the mosque. I mean, come on. Have we done such a poor job in PR? Is that even believable to anyone in the world? Why doesn't the world know what Chabad is? So that such a statement would sound absurd. Yeah, we got some work to do. Everybody says Chabad is so good at PR. Not really. Yeah.
Can we put
So,
Chabad in one sentence?
yeah, if I had to, I would say Chabad is the only belief in God that is devoted to serving his need and not to serving our need. And I think it's about time God got something out of his own creation. I mean, I can just imagine God thinking, it's my world. I created it. I keep it going. And I don't even get a say as to how it should be. Nobody even asks me how I want it to be. The fact is, I should have veto power, not just an opinion. I don't even have an opinion. Nobody asks me. And then there are those who have the absolute chutzpah to speak in my name without ever having asked me.
This is another exciting thing that is happening right now. People are speaking in the name of God, and they're so clueless about what they're doing. Who? The talking heads, the influencers of our times. They seem to know what God is saying, or at least they sound like they do. What are we going to do about that one?
Sane people don't believe what anybody says about God unless it's a Jew. The only ones whose opinion about God is reliable is the Jew. Not the secular liberal Jew, the proud Jew. The Jew who is proud of his Judaism. The Jew who is proud of the fact that we retained, maintained, preserved the Torah against all odds. But the Torah we have is exactly the Torah that was given at Sinai. So you want to know about God? Ask a Jew. Every Jew should wear a button.
Yeah, but the popular opinion is that the Jew have some kind of evil plan to take over the world and control everything. So,
well, there's where we failed in our PR. Why are they saying what we're about? We're not saying what we're about. That's a mistake. Don't let people decide who you are. Tell them who you are. Show them.
Rabbi Friedman, speaking of that incident when Tucker Carlson has accused Chabad of wanting to blow up the mosque and to build a third temple there, right away we had retribution in the White House, on our behalf, saying that no, Chabad are the kindest, the nicest, the sweetest, the most well-meaning organization, or I don't remember if we were called the organization, but whatever. We're kind, we're good. It's horrible to say things like that about Chabad. Okay, it was said. Okay, and what does it do? It was said. He gave a world a reason. He put Chabad a little bit more on the map than we were before that incident, but what did it do for us?
I think it reminded us that we haven't had good PR. We're slacking. We're not giving the message that we're supposed to give. So that leaves that void for people to step in and say, "Oh, yeah, we know what Chabad is." Why are you guessing? We're right here. We can tell you. We're not an extinct tribe. You're trying to figure out what we stood for. We're right here. Pick up the phone. Ask me.
Rabbi Friedman, do you think that every passionate Jew, passionate in his love for God and wanting to serve God, would right now put a camera in front of his computer with a microphone and start yelling this message out to the world? How many of us are there? Okay, the passionate ones. I don't know. What do you think? Can we put together 500,000? Can we do better than that? What do you think that would do? Would that get the message across? Would every passionate Jew saying what's in his heart, what's in his mind, what's the purpose, his purpose, what's his day like or hers, to the rest of the world? Do you think that is something that actually can make a difference and tip the scale?
We are very determined and very passionate about bringing Mashiach. Are we supposed to do this on our own, by ourselves? Or are we supposed to get everyone in the world to cooperate on this project? I think what we should be doing is getting every country, every leader, every influencer, help bring Mashiach.
There's another, I'm sorry, I don't want to be the advocate for the other side, but there is a problem with that. I mean, this Sunday, the Greek Orthodox Church celebrated the resurrection of their Mashiach, and the week before it was the Catholic Church that celebrated the resurrection of their Mashiach, which is pretty much the same Mashiach, just different calendars. We're not on the same page about Mashiach. How can we get on the same page of working together? Is that even at all a possibility?
I think it's a very realistic possibility.
But how do we overcome that difference? Because if we're looking right now at the world of Tucker Carlson's, this is the biggest problem they have with Jews right now, that we don't accept their Messiah. And in fact, it's a popular opinion that we killed him. And therefore, it just keeps coming back, whether it's, again, it's not the truth, but it's their truth. And the truth is in the eyes of the beholder, especially nowadays. So, how do we get over that one? How do we bring truth to the table? We haven't been able to do it in all these 2026 years. This is an easy one.
We've fallen into the trap of letting the world choose the topic and the discussion, and we got to change the topic. I'm not asking you who Mashiach is. I'm asking you, what are you doing to bring him? What are we doing to bring it? Nothing. We don't have to do anything. Just sit and wait and have faith. So we're not going to get into a discussion about, was he here before? Is he coming a second time, a third time? What are we doing to make it happen? Whatever that good news is going to be, what are we doing? Why are we being so passive? The bad guys are busy making wars and bombing people. And what are we doing? Waiting? That's not a good response. So we need to get everyone on board. Whatever you think the good news is, make it happen. Don't just sit there with your faith. I think everybody who counts. We need to do this. We need to be the leaders in this project. We need to bring Mashiach, but we need to bring Mashiach to the whole world, which means you got to do it with the whole world, not in isolation.
Do we have a plan?
Do we have a plan? Let's see. We have the motivation. We have the means. We have the willingness of the people. Everybody would like to see Mashiach. We need a little bit of a strategy on how to word it, how to present it. Just say it straight. Straight, honest, artless.
One more question. To whom? Who do we say it to?
To the world. Who are the anti-Semites talking to? To each other? No, they're talking to the whole world. We all have a microphone. Not as big as yours, but we all have a microphone. What are you saying into your microphone? I mean, today it's not like, do you have influence? Everybody has influence. Question is only, how are you using it? Towards what end? How much good has that produced?
Rabbi Friedman, amazing. Thank you so much. This was a lot. This was...
You remember President Kennedy's inaugural speech?
Sure.
Everybody remembers. Ask not what your country can do for you. Why was that so popular? Is the last thing people want to hear from a politician. You would think people just want to hear your promises. What are you promising if we make you president? Before and after. That's what every president did. Kennedy comes along and says, no, I'm not promising you anything. What are you promising me? And everybody loved it. What is Mashiach promising us? Don't do that. What are you promising Mashiach? I think people will love it. We'd much rather feel empowered, capable, effective, productive. Just sit back and have faith. Doesn't feel right. It feels immature. It's not right. So the world is looking for a challenge, a good one. The challenge of making the world perfect, that's a pretty appealing concept. So do we have to convince people that they're capable of making the world better? I think everybody knows. You don't have to make the whole world better all by yourself. But in your own circles, in your own little world and universe, are you making things better? Of course you can. We all know we can. But to know that everyone's trying to do their share kind of increases the excitement. Because then there's a good chance we'll actually make the world better. And how's that for an idea?
It was very exciting to sit at the Passover table. Most of the Jewish people are doing the same thing at the same time, more or less, depending on their time zones. If we can do that, I think we can do this too.
Mm-hmm.
Rabbi Friedman, thank you so much. This was phenomenal, and hopefully we're going to just keep on developing this concept and bringing more people on board to the best of our capabilities. Hopefully this will become viral. It would be a good thing.
I mean, the principle is very simple. You want to get rid of anti-Semitism? Make the whole world better. There won't be an anti-Semitism. But just fighting it and apologizing and rationalizing, and it's not working.
And getting upset. Yeah, not constructive. Yeah, well, we can do it. I know we can. So, God willing.
And we will, because we really don't have much of a choice.
No, we don't. Thank you so much. And so looking forward to discussing a lot more good news in the news and in the world, hopefully as soon as next week. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week.
Yeah. Only good news.
Only good news. Amen. Thank you.